Imagine standing on a stage, a sea of eager faces gazing up at you, ready to hang on your every word. What if I told you that this moment isn't reserved just for TED speakers with polished presentations and impressive credentials, but for you too? Speaking like a TED speaker isn't about having a grand story or a fancy slideshow. It's about connecting with your audience, and anyone can learn to do that. Picture a tranquil lake at dawn, mist hovering just above the water's still surface. The smallest pebble, when dropped, sends ripples that expand outward, touching everything in their path. Your voice is the pebble in that lake, each word a ripple that can transform the serene surface of an audience's mind. Your ability to resonate with any crowd starts before you even say a word. It begins with your presence, both physical and emotional. Your body is your first instrument of connection. Stand tall, not with arrogance, but with a humble confidence that says, I am here and I have something worth sharing. This posture invites others into your space. Imagine your spine as a string gently pulling you upward, aligning your body in a way that opens your chest, making room for both breath and belief. When you breathe deeply, you not only calm your nerves, but also project your voice, ensuring that every listener, even those in the back row, feels included in your story. The next layer to weave into your speaking tapestry is eye contact. Think of it as a soft spotlight that moves across the faces in your audience, lighting them up with moments of recognition and understanding. When you lock eyes with someone, you create bridges of empathy, silently saying, I see you, and this is for you. In that moment, barriers dissolve, and the room becomes a shared space of curiosity and connection. And now, let's talk about words. Not the rehearsed, perfect words that stifle spontaneity, but the authentic words that flow from your core. Picture words as colors on a canvas, each hue a different emotion, each stroke a different story. To speak like a TED speaker, you must paint with passion and precision. Use vivid descriptions to transport your audience to the places, to feel the emotions, to taste the experiences you describe. Instead of saying, I was scared, say, fear clenched my stomach like an icy fist. Feel the difference? It's an invitation to experience, rather than a mere statement. Emotional intelligence is where your talk truly takes flight. It requires listening, not just to what others are saying, but to the room's energy. It's tuning into the silent symphony of reactions, adjusting your approach like a conductor guiding an orchestra. If you sense restlessness, perhaps it's time to shift gears, to share a personal anecdote or humor to re-engage. And when you share your own vulnerabilities, you don't merely talk at your listeners, you talk with them. This is where the magic happens, in the shared humanity of fear, joy, triumph, and failure. Speaking is not just about the voice, it's about the right tone. Imagine your voice as an instrument, capable of playing a range of notes from the softest whisper to the most commanding call. Use it to create a dynamic landscape where your excitement rises like a crescendo and your contemplations fall like a gentle rain. This modulation keeps your audience engaged, preventing the dreaded monotony that lulls them into distraction. Let's explore a metaphor. Think of your speech as a guided tour, your voice the path, and your audience the wanderers. You lead them through valleys of facts, over hills of emotion, and into the forests of imagination. Along this journey, you frame your ideas in ways that appeal to the heart first, then the mind. If you want to persuade, start by evoking emotion. Stories that tickle the heartstrings bring about change far faster than numbers and data alone. Consider the story of a young woman standing nervously behind a curtain at a small community hall. She's about to talk about her journey of overcoming adversity. As she steps onto the stage, she remembers to breathe deeply, grounding herself in confidence. She begins her narrative not with a bold proclamation, but with a quiet, "There was a time when I felt invisible." Immediately, she captures attention. Her voice, at once gentle and firm, guides the listeners through her trials and triumphs. Her eyes meet those of her listeners, one by one, forging an unspoken connection. By the end, she has not only shared a story, she has woven a tapestry of shared experience, leaving her audience both moved and inspired. In the end, speaking like a TED speaker isn't about perfect delivery or having all the answers. It's about authenticity, vulnerability, and the courage to drop that pebble into the lake of shared experience. As you reflect on your journey as a communicator, remember this: it's not the size of the audience or the grandeur of the stage that matters. It's the sincerity of your presence and the depth of your connection. You have a story worth telling, and the ripples you create with it can touch lives in ways you may never fully see. Embrace this truth, and your voice will not only be heard, but felt, echoing long after you've finished speaking.